Time to get up. Rise and shine, my friends. The men stirred in their bunks, groggy and confused. They peeked out from beneath their blankets, expecting to see the devil himself. Instead, they saw Carter, beaming like a proud father on Christmas morning. Up, 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 Carter chanted pleasantly. Upper belly. Up, 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 upsy-daisy. The entire platoon sat up in silent horror. They exchanged terrified glances. This was worse than the yelling. This was unnatural. Carter stopped at the end of the row, leaning gently over his sleeping form. "Pyle," he whispered tenderly. "Pyle." Gomer snuffled, turning over in his sleep. "It is 5:30. Time to get up," Carter sang softly. "A beautiful new day is dawning. Pyle, Pyle." Gomer slowly opened his eyes. He blinked twice, his vision clearing. Hovering inches above him was the smiling face of Sergeant Vince Carter. Gomer gasped, sitting bolt upright and clutching his blanket to his chest. "Oh," Gomer stammered. "Did you holler, Sergeant?" "No, I did not holler," Carter replied, maintaining the eerie grin. "But I have been trying to get you up for a little while." Gomer scratched his head, utterly bewildered. "Well, that must be the reason I did not wake up. I am used to getting up when you holler." Carter chuckled, a high-pitched, nervous sound. Gomer leaned closer, inspecting his sergeant's face with genuine concern. "Is something wrong with your face, Sergeant?" "What do you mean?" Carter asked, his smile faltering for a split second before returning in full force. "Well, your lips are spread out funny." "I am smiling, Pyle," Carter explained through gritted teeth, struggling to keep the corners of his mouth elevated. "Did you never see anybody smile before?" "Oh, sure," Gomer nodded honestly, "but it looks kind of funny when you do it." Carter felt the familiar urge to scream bubbling up in his chest, but he choked it down, forcing the smile wider. "Why do you not just get out of the sack, Pyle? All right, everybody. I would like to see all of you gentlemen out on the street in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Fellows, hurry it up, please." Carter turned and marched out of the barracks, leaving a stunned silence in his wake. Outside, in the cool morning air, Corporal Boyle was waiting with a clipboard. He watched Carter emerge with that unsettling grin plastered across his face. "Hey, Sergeant," Boyle whispered, approaching him cautiously. "What was that? What was that Mr. Nice Guy routine in there? Are you cracking up?" Carter grabbed Boyle by the shirt collar, pulling him close. The smile vanished, replaced by sheer panic. "No, I am just getting in practice." "Practice for what?" "For that Taylor dame." Carter hissed frantically. "When she comes out here today, I have got to show her an entirely different Sergeant Carter before she goes on that television show tonight." Boyle nodded slowly, understanding dawning on him. "Oh, yeah, after your little talk with the colonel, I got the definite feeling you had better come up with something if you want to keep those stripes on your arm." "Oh, is that what he suggested?" Carter asked sarcastically. "A new image for Sergeant Carter?" "No, he did not suggest it. It was my own idea. It is just for one day. I can outlast her. It cannot kill me to keep smiling for one single day." "No," Boyle agreed, looking at Carter's strained expression, "but it is liable to make you awfully sick." "Just watch me," Carter muttered, pasting the smile back onto his face as the men began pouring out of the barracks. "All right, gentlemen," Carter called out, his voice practically singing. "Let's line up quickly, if you please. That is right. Quickly. Nice. Very nice." The men scrambled into formation, moving with a speed born profound confusion and fear. They had no idea what was happening, but they knew they did not want to provoke this new, smiling monster. As they formed up, Gomer came jogging out of the barracks, hastily trying to buckle his web belt. He tripped over his own boots and stumbled into the formation, knocking over the man next to him. The platoon gasped. Normally, this would result in a tirade of epic proportions, ending with Gomer digging a trench to China. Carter closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and walked over to Gomer. He put a gentle, fatherly hand on the private's shoulder. "Careful, Pyle. We must not stumble. Gomer looked up, terrified. I am sorry, Sergeant, but the reason I was late is I could not find my belt. Oh, well, that is all right, Carter said sweetly, patting Gomer's shoulder. An honest excuse is far better than no excuse at all. Next time, may I humbly suggest that you leave your belt right next to your bunk, so that you cannot possibly miss it. Have you got that? Good boy. Gomer stared at him, dumbfounded. The Marine, standing next to Gomer, whispered out of the corner of his mouth, I think he is on some kind of drug. Carter turned to face the platoon, his smile rigid and unwavering. All right, gentlemen. Left face. Forward march. The platoon began marching down the street, their boots hitting the pavement in perfect unison. Carter marched beside them, counting cadence in a soft, encouraging tone. Left, right, left. Nice marching. Fellows, very nice. Good, good, very good. Nice, nice. Very nice. Boyle jogged up next to Carter. Hey, Sergeant, I do not understand why you're doing all this now. That Taylor dame is not even around yet. Carter did not turn his head, his eyes fixed firmly on the horizon. You never can tell with her, Boyle. She can pop up any time, any place, and I am not taking any chances. She is like a ghost, a very dangerous, complaining ghost. Chapter 6. By mid-morning, the California sun was beating down with unforgiving heat. Company B was out on the obstacle course, practicing low crawls under a canopy of barbed wire. The dirt was dry and loose, sticking to their sweaty uniforms as they pulled themselves forward on their bellies. Carter stood near a wooden platform, observing the exercise. He was exhausted. Smiling for 4 straight hours was taking a severe physical toll on his facial muscles. His cheeks ached and his jaw was cramping. All right, men, let us keep it moving, Carter called out, his voice hoarse but relentlessly positive. First men go through again. Come on, let us go. Good, good, very good. From across the field, Corporal Boyle came running up, looking panicked. Sergeant Carter, Mrs. Taylor is here. Carter's stomach did a backflip. He smoothed his uniform, took a deep breath, and summoned the largest, most radiant smile of his career. Aunt Bee was walking across the field, holding her parasol against the sun. She looked cautious, her eyes scanning the area for the tyrant she had encountered yesterday. Carter marched toward her, waving his hand enthusiastically. Why, Mrs. Taylor, it is so nice to see you again. Welcome aboard, ma'am. Aunt Bee stopped, completely taken aback by the warm reception. She looked at Carter suspiciously. Sergeant Carter, I came to see Gomer. Well, we are absolutely delighted to have you. Carter beamed, gesturing grandly toward the obstacle course. And in fact, you are just in time to see one of our finest training exercises. Thank you, she said stiffly. Where is Gomer? He is right out there. Carter pointed to a cloud of dust near the barbed wire. See, he is the one crawling under the wire. Aunt Bee squinted against the glare. Oh, yes, I see him. She cupped her hands around her mouth. You who? Gomer, I am here. Out on the course. Gomer heard his name. He stopped crawling and lifted his head, a massive grin breaking across his dirt-smeared face. He raised his hand and waved enthusiastically. Hey, Aunt Bee. In his excitement, Gomer completely forgot the training protocol. As he waved, his hand released the dummy training grenade he was supposed to be clutching tightly to his chest. The heavy metal object tumbled out of his grasp, rolling backward down the slight incline of the dirt mound. It rolled past the other crawling Marines, coming to rest near a stack of wooden crates at the start of the course. Carter saw the grenade roll. For a split second, instinct overrode logic. It did not matter that it was a dummy grenade. In combat, a dropped explosive meant death for everyone in a 10-yard radius. His military training, ingrained through years of grueling repetition, seized complete control of his brain. The fake smile vanished, replaced by an expression of pure, unadulterated terror and rage. Oh, you knucklehead! Carter roared, his voice tearing through the quiet morning air like a siren. He sprinted forward, his boots pounding the dirt. Ampy jumped back, startled by the